Hey guys, I was just about to go to bed and I saw a video of a man that has been clean of drugs for 13 years and he tries to help others to get off the street, get off drugs. And it just kind of made me think of a few things and I wanted to talk about it. So, as a kid, when I saw homeless people on the streets, I would think that that's really sad, and as a kid, you'd be confused and you don't understand why. And as I got a little bit older, my opinion started to change. When I was about maybe 10, 11, and I actually kind of had a very hateful perspective on it, and that was that how are you on the streets and no one is looking after you, like no one loves you enough to make sure you're not on the streets. And now I understand now that when I'm the age I'm now, that is a very very, very rubbish way of looking at it. But I understand that some people grow up and they don't get the luxury of understanding other people's perspectives and stories, and that they may still think like that even in their older age. I've been blessed with understanding a lot of pain in this life, understanding a lot of different stories, and understanding reasons why people get into addiction or become homeless, and it seems on the surface that they have no one. I understand that now. I'm lucky to understand that. I'm lucky to have the perspective I do. But not everyone gets that perspective. And what I'm trying to do with my life is to allow everyone to understand each other and have a bit more empathy for each other. Because man, we are just all human and we've all messed up. We've all messed up in some way. And I think about my life and how much I messed up, and I sit here and I think I've messed up. I can mess up the worst. And there are some people in my life that would stick by me no matter what. But sometimes I do feel like I'm alone in this world and I don't have anyone. And there has been points in times where I am truly alone. I have been truly alone. And I think about these homeless people and I thought, about how I used to say as a kid, well, how are you not that loved that no one's taking you, no one's making sure you're not on the streets, when in fact that I could have been that person from no wrongdoing of my own, just of the life that I was given and the mistakes I made put me in that position. Not that the mistakes made people not want to be around me, but instead in reality of like me not having anyone in general. Sometimes life just deals you that card. I don't know, I think it really got to me. I used to watch a guy that came home from prison, and he would make YouTube videos about prison stories, and he would bring people on that he met in prison, and it was him helping other people that were gonna go down the wrong path. It was also a reminder for him not to go back. And then also I think it was to express his comedy, which he loves to joke around and stuff. And I watched this from a very young kid, and a lot of times he would try to help addicts. And I think the sad thing is, with a lot of addicts, they don't realise that the drug that they're using is not the problem. It's their depression. And I know that sounds so weird, and what do I know? What do I know, right? I'm just rambling here. But for me, all these people who ever try to help, they would always go back. Because it doesn't matter how many times you get clean. If you feel low enough, you will do that drug. You will do what's familiar. You'll do what's a comfort to you. I've been surrounded by drug addicts and people that are addicted to drugs my whole life. And so I thought that if you took a drug, you'd be addicted constantly. But at one point in my life, I got the pleasure of working with and being with people that had quote unquote good lives, right? They were very rich, very wealthy, and they didn't have a lot of worries in their life. And for them, not because they were rich, but they genuinely just had a pretty nice life, right? Compared to the people that I grew up with. And I would see these people take drugs, and I go, oh my gosh, they're gonna get addicted. And they never did. They could just take a drug for a good old time, and maybe 2, 3, 4 months down the line, they'll take it again and they'll leave it, and they can just go off and on it. And that blew my mind, because I was thinking, how do these people take the drug and not let it ruin their life, not let it control them? Well, it's because they were taking it for a good time, whereas the people I grew up with took it so they could numb themselves, so it could be their crutch, it could be what they relied on to live. And that hit me really, really hard, and I think it's something that I never heard before. A viewpoint I never understood. And yes, just because you have a good life does not mean you can't get addicted to drugs, no. But for me, you're way more likely to be or get addicted to things in life as a crutch if your life is a mess, if your life is filled with sadness. I watch these videos that this guy makes, and these people, I can see it in their eyes. They want to change so bad, so bad. And some of these people are 30, 40 years old. You know, they've spent most of their life on drugs. And I can see it in their eyes that they want to change so bad. And damn, I know it's going to be a lot. I can look at that person and go, there is so much to unwind. There is so much for them not to be depressed. And I think it's really, really sad. I used to think that the life I lived, the life of people around me, was a normal life until 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I started to realize, no, the life that I live, the life that of people surrounding me, is not a life at all. It's just existing. And a lot of people that showed me how to just live a happy life, it blew me away. It blew me away how these people are just going about life, enjoying it, when most of my life has just been sadness and anger. Sometimes I feel like I've been cursed in a bit of a way. And I know it sounds crazy, but let me put it here. My mum's life, from my understanding, was a very sad life. And a very stressful one, a very abusive one. And she never just got to rest. And on the other hand, I have my dad, where he lived a very nice life, a very calm life, where he was looked after, he was loved, he was able to do what he wanted to do. He never had major stress put on him. these two ways of living are so polar opposite. And I just don't know how they even ever came to be about. But they birthed me, and I'm here, and I've lived a life like my mum. And I've also now recently seen a life like my dad's. And it is so conflicting because I'm seeing these two lives that I understand now completely. And it just sucks that you have these people over here not understanding these people and these people not understanding these people. Because you know what? If these two groups of people came together and they tried to understand each other to the best of their abilities, it would improve all of our lives. And that doesn't just go for a happy life or a sad life, an angry or calm life, or a rich and a poor life. It just goes for everything. I feel like when I'm trying to explain things to someone and they have no clue of it, I can never quite make them understand what I'm trying to say. And I think that's why I want to make movies. Because I feel like with a movie, I'm not just talking it, I'm showing them visually. They can hear it, they can see it, they can be in it, they can really take it all in. And I want that so bad, guys. I want that so bad. Because again, as I said, I feel like if we can understand each other, we can do so much more. And I don't think there would be as much pain in this world as there is. If you're someone that's trying to get clean right now, again, I don't know what you're going through. I really, really don't. But if I was you, I would start questioning why you do the drug of choice. Whether that's drugs, gambling, sex, drinking. Why do you do it? And I'd say tackle that. Start tackling it. Because otherwise you're always just going to go back to it. You have to face the biggest problem. I'm telling you, drugs, alcohol, sex, yeah, they'll destroy you over time. But the main thing is the problem, the reason you're doing that. Why are you trying to numb it? Why are you trying to numb how you feel? I've been trying to numb my life for as long as I can remember. And it's very hard when you stop numbing it. It's so hard that you're always going to want to go back to numbing your life. But I promise you that fighting for your life, fighting to live the life that you want, is so worth it. Have that picture in your head, what you want from your life. I don't care what it is. Have that picture in your head and fight for it. Because it is so worth it, man. Because if you fight enough, you will achieve it. And just remember, go easy on yourself. I'm sorry guys, I feel quite emotional. I hate seeing people sad. I hate seeing people hurt. And all I ever want to do is try to help. I hope in 10, 20 years time, I will have achieved what I set out to do, which is trying to help people through my movies and to understand each other. I really, really hope I do. Sorry for how sad this video is, or how sad I am in this video. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about it. just before I go to bed, I was just feeling really in my emotions. So yeah, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Hopefully a bit more of a bright one. You guys are amazing. I'll see you tomorrow.